Namaskarams, everyone. At Backstage Banter today, we have with us Vidushi YG Srilatha Nikshith and Vidwan Puttur Nikshith, who are popularly called the Sangeeta Kala Dampati, musical couple, for having conceptualized their unique presentation, Veena Mridangam Duet, an innovative concept which explores all possible facets to bring out the versatility in rhythm and melody that both these instruments offer. Today, we will have a conversation with them about their musical journey together, along with me, Viji, and our SPIC MACAY volunteer, Abhinand.
Just to introduce our guest for today, Vidushi Viji Srilatha Nikshith. She's a trained vocalist and a Bharatanatyam dancer, but her main forte is she's a renowned Vainika, she's a renowned veena player. She's had her education in digital signal processing, and she's received several awards, including the Ragalaya Prabha and the Ananya Nadajyoti Kala Pratibha Puraskar, amongst a few.
Shri Puttur Nikshith has had the experience of learning the mridangam under the Gurukula system, which is extremely unique, and has been awarded the Best Mridangist Award from Music Academy. He is the first mridangam artist to have performed at Lakshadweep at the first ever Carnatic music concert performed for the Indian Navy. A few fun facts about Shri Puttur Nikshith is that he is a state level kho player and as well as a good caricaturist. And professionally, he himself is a master's in visual communication. So who had a full-time career with Manipal Media previously before switching into Mridangam full-time.
Thank you both. We welcome you both to Backstage Banter for this episode. We'd like to share some light moments with you and also talk a little bit in depth about your experience together and about performing together. And speaking of performing together, SPIC MACAY Europe is looking very much forward to welcoming you on May 31 and performing in Delft, Netherlands. Thank you. Thank you for coming and joining us today.
Thank you
Srilatha,
so much.
yes.
Thank you, Vijiji and Abhinandji, for having us on this podcast. We are extremely delighted to share our experience and about our musical journey with you both.
Thank you. To begin with, I'd like to ask you, Srilatha ji, knowing that you know many art forms and you're trained and mastered so many, I wanted to understand how is it that you've chosen the veena as your instrument to express your music?
Directly or indirectly, Veena was my childhood dream, which I probably realized much later. And there has been an instance where my mom used to say that I rolled up a mat and said, "This is my veena, and I want to, pluck the sticks as the string and play." And this is a childhood memory, and that's where it all began. But as I grew up learning music and dance all together, both Bharatanatyam and vocal had a very close relation in my heart, and I would just like celebrate music as just as a worship, and everything was close to my heart. So it was not like a differentiation of dance or music, but at a time when I think I was contemplating on what to choose, that's when I even found my life partner also. So I think he was the one who channelized me to get into completely into Veena, and thus began my complete journey into Veena and being a Vainika.
How beautiful.
That's great. And we also say that veena is probably the closest to the human vocal cords as well. So in a way, it's the closest representation of the voice of a human.
Veena, in fact, represents our human body. The entire Veena, the number of vertebrae that is there in our human body is equivalent to the number of frets that is there on the Veena. So we have 24, and the Veena has 24 frets. It's a
That's
typical. You can in fact draw equivalence and compare our human body with the Veena.
great, great. we just want to know how your initial journeys for both of you started. So, Nikshith avare,
Yes.
firstly, many of us don't probably know what a Gurukula system is, especially the young generation, what it's all about, the discipline involved. So, in your own experience, you've had a long time in the Gurukula. So, maybe you can talk a little bit about your own personal growth as well as a human being. How old were you? How did your journey progress? Who put you in the Gurukula, firstly? And some of your experiences about how you or what you faced there.
In ninth standard, I went to Chennai with Manar Kolji Balaji sir under Gurukula system. I don't know that time that Gurukula system, sir. What to say?
He indirectly pulled him or dragged him into the Gurukula without him being even aware of what was happening.
Yes, that time. Then I daily practice. Gurukula system is one of the best system in any Carnatic music or any form of music, our Indian music, because the daily music, sir, taught daily mridanga lessons, morning and till morning to evening. I practice, daily practice. That's the routine. Only only practice that on 4 5 months. That's the my ninth, 10th standard that time. Then after in and then I went to concerts Chennai.
Hmm.
Chennai normally hub of
Hmm.
Carnatic music. I went
Yes.
to many seniors concerts. Then many other artists. That time I motivated to I want to pursue something. So
That's
So
quite,
indirectly told me that whole time period where he was living with his guru. I
yeah.
think he keeps telling me that Gurukula, those who are in fact learning, who have learned through the Gurukula system are truly blessed souls, because they get to spend every moment with their guru. They in fact watch the gurus, the way they work, they practice. I think that draws inspiration for them.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
that's very interesting. For most of the new generation, it's about almost living with the guru and doing seva to the guru in return for learning something, and for that we spend an extended period of our life over there. So, Nikshith avare, do you think the new Gen Z can survive this? Just for some banter.
I don't know.
Depends on
Depends
their.
on family.
Yes, but even the young generation is very dedicated. Yes.
There could be a lot of young aspirants who would want to go through this channel, because now we have this homeschooling system and all, no?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that could indirectly, have an impact on children choosing to learn through the Gurukula system or something.
Yeah.
Very nice, very insightful. Actually, I'm very intrigued before I go into my next question. When you were children, both of you, what type of students were you? Were you naughty that had to be chased by your teachers, and then that's why you're here because of your honorable teachers' efforts? Or were you really obedient, interested in the art automatically? And how was that for you until maybe the age of 10 or 12?
You want to answer? What I've heard is he was quite a naughty child, and as you know, he was completely into sports. Yeah, of course,
Yes.
he was parallelly learning mridangam from a very great guru
Actually,
in
Amma's
Puttur.
dream, that one.
Yeah, it was his mom's dream that he learned some kind of an art, and then his guru in Puttur, a small town near Mangalore. That's where he grew up, and his guru, initial guru, with whom he learned,
Yes, Kukila.
Kukila Shankara Bhatt sir.
Hmm.
So during that time, I think he was completely a playful.
That's also Gurukula system.
How about you, Srilatha ji?
I think I was. I might not be a great student, but I was very sincere in whatever classes I went to. My mom, I mean, it was not by force, but it was like by interest, of course. So I would be very, very sincere to my class and learn. But equally, I was quite a naughty child, wherein I would not sit and practice when my mom would ask me to do so, and yeah, so on and so forth.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. We along the journey of musicians like you encounter these aspects of love and affection from your parents and the gurus that actually shape your journey so beautifully to bring you where you are. So that's just
Absolutely.
amazing.
I
Yeah.
think our gurus have played really a great role in what
Yes.
we are today.
Yes.
If not for them, like every step that we decide, the kind of, even for example, to prepare for a concert, when we are about to choose the compositions or choose what to play or where ragam has to be played, how much ragam to be played for a given composition. I think our gurus have taken so much care and even guided us step by step and told, no, this is not required, or this
Yes,
portion
not
of the even for him, he would, even to this day, we call up his guru and find out how we have been improving, what next and how to go about. And yeah, gurus are truly, the way we say, as guiding force, and the the light, they show the light towards the path of success.
Very
Yes,
well said.
it's a great privilege to still be in touch with gurus and keep getting their blessings, their guidance. Um, so growing up for both of you, how would some of your practice look like? And for budding musicians and for people who are supposed to be take this seriously, who want to take this seriously. Um, when it comes out well, it's great, but if you both can explain from your experiences growing up and then slowly becoming senior musicians, what exactly it takes to practice and some of the ethics, some of the very important ethics that you need to keep in mind.
practice man perfect.
Practice makes man perfect.
Great.
Absolutely. So practice is, it has no
More
shortcuts. You need to give 5 hours of work to learn certain aspect, means we need to give it. It is not like the AI can do my practice. It can't do it. So AI can only help me, you know, make the work faster, probably. In those days where it was all on, CDs and cassettes. Now today, everything, technology has evolved so much that everything is like, at the fingertips available. But still, for us to master even a simple composition or a
Hmm.
small aspect of our music, it definitely takes a lot of our work and hard work and efforts to get the art and get the master the art, the craft.
Great. That brings me to my next question. What is the one important ethic that you follow when you practice? For example, there has to be pinned up silence, or maybe you put your phone away, that it should not be in the room when you practice. So is there a very important ethic? Because these points come out as guidance for the listeners and the audience, especially young students. So it'll be great to learn that from you.
Generally, we are not so worried about a phone ringing in between. We can instantly switch back to our practice mode. There are instances where he will have a call going on and I'll have to practice my bit,
Hmm.
so that doesn't actually disturb us. Usually we don't get distracted with calls coming in or any other kind of distraction, because once we are at home, we know there are thousands of distractions around us. So it is in fact important that we control our mind to be able to practice even in ಸಂತೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಹಾಡು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. Even if you are sitting in a
In a fair,
crowded
in a
area, you
market,
still be
yeah.
able to,
Yes.
you should be able to deliver your work.
Bangalore are little.
Yeah, of course, Bangalore is such a crowded place, and you have continuous sound distractions and so many things around. So, um,
Yeah.
typically, it shouldn't matter where we
Hmm.
are sitting or how distracted our surrounding is. We should be able to focus on our practice and try to, if there are mistakes, if there are flaws, get back and redo the entire thing.
Yeah. I think with Bangalore traffic, we can play music along with the traffic sounds, perhaps. That's something new. But there are other aspects also, and we want to get your experience a little bit about playing the instrument itself. So, Nikshith, for example, uh, we know for a mridangam player, the shruti changes so much when traveling, right?
Yes.
So, what are some of the tips and tricks that you keep in mind, even in terms of the practice that you do when you're traveling, as well as maintaining the mridangam for the shruti, the nadam, the
So,
tuppi?
yes. So, maintaining mridangam is very difficult actually. In the whether there's a
Disadvantage.
disadvantage or advantage both. If you have seasoned wood, the old katte, that one, one guru katte. I have lot of gurus gifted me that. Uh, I have lot of katte. That
It's a
katte,
blessing.
one vibration is there. Normally seasoned would not affected to weather little bit, but we can manage all that thing. Finally practice. If you have new move to right and left side move to that new one, uh, you can practice on 5 or 6 hours or uh, one concert, then that is
Gets adjusted to the new weather.
or
Practice the
once
farans.
reach a new place, you can open that mridangam, then just
So, do you
Very
daily
interesting.
practice farans, sir? Like every day, practice farans on the mridangam, some basic sollikatte,
yes.
keep it,
uh,
keep the nadam
they'll
going.
depend on the little bit practice is essential actually.
True,
Good.
true.
He says little bit, but he actually practices a lot. He's
That
in
shows
fact a
where the way he
practice
plays
freak.
also.
Yeah, Srilataji,
So in
same
fact,
thing for
yeah,
your
that's how
veena.
we,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, please.
No, generally instruments, especially veena and mridangam, is very hard to maintain because both are made with wood. So as we know, wood breathes. Just like us, it also has that breathing power. It has the pores where it can take in air and breathe. So definitely it changes with weather, and also the skin on either sides of the mridangam, uh, as he said. So every time when we go to a newer place, he makes sure that the instrument is completely
Acclimatized.
retuned and checked, and then he plays on the instrument for several hours to get the instrument accustomed to the current weather.
Yeah.
Very
Then
insightful.
new mridangam is many fiber mridangam. There is fiber katte, that replacement
Body.
of body, and many type of mridangam is there. Fiber actually little better compared to wood nowadays. Polyfiber, that one quality fiber. Only fiber body, that's the leather, right and left side. But traditionally, that's the ultimate.
Ultimate.
Katte and moota and toppi.
Yes.
Yes.
Net bolt is
Great,
a little bit adjustment
great.
nowadays, actually.
Yeah.
Net
Great.
bolt mridangam, yes.
Nice. Srilataji, same thing for you. How do you manage traveling with the veena? A large instrument, a lot of nervousness around, the sanctity and the safety of the instrument at the same time. So how do you travel with the veena? This was one of the questions of our SPIC MACAY volunteers, Varsha. So she's keen to know how.
Yeah, veena being a very, very sensitive, delicate instrument. Um, so initially, I also used to carry the bigger veenas when I was traveling abroad, or I know, especially while we travel with on flight, it's even more harder because we'll have to check in through the case and all. Fortunately, we have been able to design a few veenas which can be made smaller, and little bit of dismantling is possible, and then we can travel. So but that doesn't you know decrease the quality of the tonality or the sounding of the instrument. The instrument that I've got was is quite old. It has been like
Ekanta
60, 70-year-old veena, which is an ekanta veena. So it is
Wow.
and I also got it in a very small size by God's grace. So that's how I've been able to transport it and take it all over. And so also the strings, it also adds its own it shows its own
sound.
color when we
Yeah.
come out in the different weather. So the string, the melam is the other biggest uh, aspect that we will always need to be concerned about.
Yeah.
The melam is actually a wax material,
Mm-hmm.
which is made out of wax. So that is generally heated and melted and then set onto the veena,
Mm-hmm.
and then carved or scooped out to make that to make those frets. So what happens is that melam, if we put it in a lot of heat, it can again
Deform or lose
it
its
can
shape.
deform, or
Yeah.
yes. So it is not easy to maintain when we have a lot of weather changes. So we'll have to maintain that normal room temperature as much as possible.
Awesome.
There are also melams which is made out of wood. There are so many vinikas who use melams which are made out of wood or other kind of materials. It depends on, again, it is individualistic, how each person is accustomed or adjusted to the given instrument. So the veena that I take, it is the regular traditional veena, which is made, the melam is made with the wax itself.
Okay.
Okay.
So I try to keep it in the room temperature as much as possible and not put it in the heat. That is something we need to always be cautious about.
Clear. I have another question also from another SPIC MACAY volunteer. She wants to know how easy is it, or how you have learned to put talam in your head while playing the veena.
I don't know if my initial learning time where since I was learning Bharatanatyam,
Mm-hmm.
in dance we are supposed to know the count of 8 or 5 or 6, whichever thala that we are learning the composition on. So I think the automatic system, I think it is an auto system that I've got from childhood. I don't know if I've sat through and learned the step by step procedure of keeping the talam in my mind. Initially probably I had those difficult moments where I was unable to follow the tala, or where the beat would fall. But gradually, by practice, and of course, for me, it has become a big boon or advantage being, wife of a percussionist.
True
So,
that.
the day we have started practicing together, I think it has added the, my
Clarity.
clarity and given more thought. I've been giving more thought on how to
Indeed.
be able to get onto the thala without being dependent on external talas.
Indeed. Indeed.
So the
That's
percussion
actually
itself is actually complete for us to follow or understand the thala. We don't need somebody to show the gestures generally. If it is extremely complicated or a very huge thala which has several beats, then I think we might probably still need it.
yeah. That's something quite subtle that you have mentioned. It comes with practice that you have an internal clock going on. For percussionists also, I think it's equally challenging. Sometimes when a singer, suddenly they'll run away a little bit or they'll pull back, but the percussionist also has to see the talam
Yes,
very
yes. To
closely.
keep up the rhythm and
Yeah,
the tempo is very, very important. Also, my guru used to say, especially on veena, we have the tala strings.
correct.
So
Correct.
right from the basic learning where we learn the svaravalis or varishes, we are taught to use the tala at the appropriate beat. So if the talam is adi talam, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. Automatically, our fingers also move in that 1, 2, 3, 4. The tala strings are automatically strum at those beats.
This is a great
So whether it is
insight.
Kannada chapu or Mishra chapu or any talam, even for example, if we are practicing talas like the Alankara talas, the Dhruva tala, Matya tala,
Yes.
so there is a systematic pattern like 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4. So we are taught to put talam at that 4, 2, 4, 4 or 4, 2, 4, or if it is Atta tala 5, 5, 2, 2. Whether it is second speed or third speed, that's how we are supposed to actually strum the tala strings on the veena. So that in fact triggers our mind, to keep up to that cycle of whatever number of beats.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yes. But based on something you mentioned, as you said yourself, that you two eventually met in life and started a journey together as one. So maybe you can tell us how the story started, and perhaps what was the first memorable performance that you had together, which made you feel that, okay, we have some chemistry and this is really clicking on stage.
Yeah, actually, we both met on stage.
Okay.
We didn't know. I mean, we knew each other as friends, as artists. We knew each other, but we were apparently the organizer. In fact, had booked the violin and rhythm. It was actually my vocal concert. That's when I met him first. So that's where it all began, and the the friendship, it was all about music always. So whatever we spoke, we were speaking about music. Even much before we knew that we were liking each other. We were liking the music that was
Music
happening together.
that bound both of you.
Yes.
It's a great common bond. Yeah. Because one of the very admirable things which the two of you believe in is to have equality on stage, and you both present yourself as a veena and a mridangam duet. And that led us to come up with this analogy of all of us being petals of a flower. You know, we are all trying to build up music together, and we are all individual petals, each have our important role, but it's only when it comes together that you can see the full flower in bloom. Slightly again in contrast to some of our elders, where we saw maybe the terms like pakkavadyams or accompanying instruments, but both of you bring both those elements together. And I just thought of that expression, petals of a flower, that comes from the philosophy of you also. So when you both go on stage, how did this thought come up? How do you take away these traditional labels and both come together as one? Was it something maybe in Carnatic music, as you learned, you disliked some aspect and you liked some aspect? So I have a two-part question over here. As you grew up, what were some of the things about music that you liked, some things you didn't like? And then eventually, when you both started this partnership together to make it a Veena Mridangam duet, how do you grow from that level and become one?
Very interesting, way of putting it. Pedals, Yeah, I think initially we didn't have this thought of Veena Mridangam as a duet. We were still performing the traditional concert, he being a pakavadyam, and um, though it was not very significantly, predominantly a pakavadyam, we would try to do, because it was just the two of us initially. We would always think, why not do it in a different way? It is nothing about disliking or liking, because we are so fortunate what our ancestors or the great masters have given us. The concert tradition is such a beautiful thing. Carnatic music
Yeah.
is so unique in such a way that, see, all of us learn from different gurus. One artist learns vocal, there's a violinist, there's a mridangam artist, and a ghatam artist, or a morsing, or a khanjira. So each person goes through a different learning journey, but yet
Yes.
with the knowledge that each of them have, whether they have rehearsed together or they have not rehearsed, they come on one platform and they bring their music together to make the listeners experience, you know that kind of a grand music. That's how we have we have followed so many great musicians who have been doing it for the last few decades. So when it came to us, we thought keeping that tradition constant, because there are so many
Hmm.
things which have not been used much widely because
Hmm.
it's an instrumental music. We thought we can include concepts like mallari.
Hmm.
Mallari is a concept, is a composition which is traditionally played by Nadaswaram.
I heard your Mallari. It was very
Yes.
beautiful. It was very
Okay.
beautiful.
So we try to bring in Mallari into our concert,
Concept change.
and not just presenting it just the way it is being composed, but to add a lot of rhythmic elements into it. So he brings a phrase of some ferns or patterns or muktais, and then we blend them into the composition. That's how we started. We started adding a lot of different kinds of compositions like abhangs,
Hmm.
different tukras,
Hmm.
devarnamas, or
Tanyavartanam.
yeah,
Is spread throughout the concert.
and why not spread the Tanyavartanam? So it was like Tanyavartanam was the highlighting piece,
I noticed
and
that also. Yeah.
what we
Yes.
noticed was people. So the disliking element maybe
No, not
it's not disliking as in
nowadays.
people would walk out when they would when there was a Tanya Arthana. So
Sometimes,
we felt
yes.
this should not happen. It is like we have to respect the
Nowadays,
percussions, but now it is different.
very
Now it's very different. People sit through the entire, and in fact, they celebrate percussion. Audience
Yes, this is
celebrate
true.
listening to
that's why we
percussion.
spread throughout.
So we thought we can add the Tani
Hmm.
Avartanam elements and distribute it through the concert, not just focus
one
it in
part,
on
one
in one song
one
or one
place.
composition. So
Very,
Interesting.
this is what we are trying to experiment on. And
very interesting thought
Commendable
process.
also. Yeah.
Yes, very commendable. As a follow on, when you Srilatha ji and Nikshith ji sit together to brainstorm on different concepts or collab opportunities, do you follow any specific mantra? For example, breaking barriers or unconventional, or do you say, okay, how do we what is your mantra when you or mindset when you're brainstorming different concepts and ideas?
I don't think we have any kind of a mantra as such. In fact, what happens is we are driving somewhere, even probably to the concert where we are supposed to perform. And while we are on the way, he'll say, okay, I've got this idea, I've got this
Hmm.
one pattern, one rhythmic structure.
Mm.
This is going to be the composition for today.
Great.
And we on the way we will start creating and adding our own inputs. Both of us keep on adding the inputs to the composition and try to make it a coherent, a meaningful piece. And we'll try to in fact present it at the day's concert. Or yeah, it all depends on that movement.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. I mean,
Sometimes
so I do.
we prepare a complete composition. For example, recently he created a composition called Shiva Shakti Tarangam. So we, in fact, we wanted to present it at some concert.
Mhm.
So we structured it. We added several layers of rhythm and melody to it, and then
Practice
we
also.
we practiced and we rehearsed. We saw how we wanted to see the audience view over the composition. So it is not like when we sing we might feel it is good,
Hmm.
but seeing it from the other side, the audience also should be able to appreciate.
Fair
So
enough.
so like that we record and we recheck and listen to our own recordings and see how it sounds,
So
and
sounds
then
like the
try to improvise it.
mantra, yeah, is more around experimenting and trying and letting your ideas and creativity flow.
And
That's
trusting
us.
yourself, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Probably. Yes.
But how do you choose ragams and talams or any particular compositions? Sometimes is it depending on where you're going, or maybe if you're going to a particular devasthana, you're choosing compositions for that deity, or is it something such a open blackboard that you can choose whatever you want? for a kacheri? How do you start the whole breakdown?
Yeah, sometimes if it is a temple, we'll try to include maximum number of compositions on that deity or Lord. And if it is Sabha concert, we'll again try to see, what ragas to choose, whether it is a Riti Gola or Ananda Bhairavi or Kedara Gola today. So, or I also would want to repeat the same raga that I presented last concert. So my own personal, different approach and contextual again.
Yeah. And
Depending
during
on the audience or what kind of audience. For instance, if we go to northern part of India, we will try to take something, probably some Hindustani ragas.
Yeah.
Or some abhangs.
Change it up.
Those kind of, changing languages or, though this is not a language oriented, but still when they hear a tune, probably a Hindi bhajan, they could instantly relate. So that could make more meaning when I present such compositions at, that part of India.
And during the kacheri, to combine both your diverse training backgrounds, how does it happen? And there's this mutual respect, this mutual give and take, which should happen in between a kacheri. I think that's a very vital skill to know when to be silent and when let the other person have their moment for a particular time, or maybe Nikshith avare, playing the mridangam in different volumes also is so important. Maybe if it's like a fast pace, maybe we can reduce the volume a little bit, but still play third speed. So how to bring that instinct? How does it happen for both of you?
That depending on raga and
the
mood and
the
lyrics of Sahityam Bhava, and that day also and sound system all depend.
Yeah.
Normally, I have one.
Probably it is mutual.
Yes.
As you said, that silence, the pause is such an important aspect. Where to pause, where to play, and where not to play is actually more important. That's what our gurus always say.
Yes.
You should know where not to play.
Yeah.
So,
as an extension to the question, or rather to change the direction slightly, if there is a composition which is actually portraying, let's say, anger to God, like in Purvikarayani, we have Inda Paramukam Yede, Yere, in that the charanam is Shilayo, Niyuru Shilayo, Yenmurei Ketilayo. As instrumentalists, through it's the anger of the author that, do you think my problems are so big for you that you cannot solve? Are you just a statue of God? So he's lamenting and he's upset, right? How would you partner to express this in instruments? And that's an amazing aspect as an example to bring out through your performance, right? So
that's a very interesting question, in fact. First of all, since we don't have the lyrics with us, so whatever we are trying to express is through the melody, is through the raga. So the same ragam, if I say, so you said Purvi Kalyani, the Purvi Kalyani is able to express the anger. At the same time, it is able to express the probably the sadness or bhakti, the devotion. The same raga can give out so many moods, so many emotions. So, so again, it all depends on if I am choosing the lyrics as the highlight. Since I don't have to highlight the lyrics as unless the composition is popular. But still, if the tune is not, the audience will not make out what the lyrics is actually there, hidden behind. So my expression of the raga would probably be different.
Okay.
Very interesting.
It would again be, it has to be coherent to the composition that I'm playing. I might not be able to express the same anger at the given, Sahitya line. If it is required or if it is something which can be understood, it can be taken in that sense. For example, if I'm playing, a Raghuamsha Sudhambudi, which people, they enjoy, they know how it sounds, they know the tune, they probably even know the lyrics.
Yeah.
So I can make it more, it's a kind of a playful aspect. So I can easily connect it to them. So we mainly try to bring the emotion that the instrument is depicting and connect the audience to that emotion. So, for example, if we take a composition or a raga which is close to Lord Shiva, say a Bho Shambho or any other composition, Vishweshwara Darshana. If you ask him in his mridangam language, he would bring about a fire of ferns, which could resemble or which could give the feeling of a Tandava.
True.
Or the
It's very
fire,
true.
the fire in Shiva's dance.
Amazing.
So the instrument itself is so capable of bringing in several emotions. As you were asking, how to mellow down or increase the volume when you play, accompany, or even when we do the Sawal Jawab kind of question answers, we mutually will try to trigger each other and say, okay, I am giving a melody, a mellow down phrase, and he will try to answer me in the same way. Or if he questions me back, no, I am a little bit angry, then I will give an angry reply.
Nikshith,
No.
any insights from you on the same? Like, how do you look at emotions when you're playing?
Same, correct. There's normally concert. There's a wave. My opinion, up and down, all feelings and any emotional, any on some Raghuvamsa, she told Raghuvamsa. That's many interesting. That structure is there. We can feel or first time we can correctly play that one. So audience is connect. That's the lyrics.
Maybe we can take a small demo of how we do.
Please.
I will sing and he will tell the Konnakol.
Yes, please. That would be yes.
We'll never say no to that.
Whichever.
Yes.
We'll just pick up a random raga and
Raghuvamsa
we'll
Sudha is
see what
perfect.
the answers.
We can.
Raghuvamsa.
Raghuvamsa Sudha is perfect to do it. Yeah.
Sari magari sa.
Timita timita.
Rimadani da pasani da magari sa.
Tam kutakajana
Sani da ma.
Tam kutakajana
Madani da pa.
Tam kitakajana
Ri magari sa.
Tam kitakajana
Sari.
Dimnadim
Sarima.
Takadim
Madani.
Dimnadim
Gapasa.
Dimnadim
Rezani.
Dimnadim
Dapama. Magari. Magari. Magari sa. Magari. Magari sa. Sari magari sa. Sari magari sa.
Bhale.
Oh my goodness.
Bhale. Thank you. Thank you. I think that answered the questions better than any words can say, I guess. So it's a good enough demo.
Yes, I would like to add one more feeler from you in terms of a tip to a listener. Listening to an instrumentalist is a very different experience, and we want your tips to understand as a listener how or what we should look for in an instrumental performance, so we listen better and we enjoy better.
I mean, I can't call it as a tip, but yeah, don't have the filter of lyrics in front of you. Don't expect the lyrics to flow through, because instrument has such versatility
Mhm.
Their dynamics.
Yeah, the dynamic of the instrument is so important.
Mridangam Tani also dynamics is
the
very
flow
important.
of mridangam is so unique. Whether it is a Tani Avartanam or it is, this Saval Jawab interaction, or there are so many interesting aspects that we try to incorporate when we are presenting these kind of, jugalbandis or the duets that we present. So every instrument that you take, be it veena, violin, or flute, there are so many instrumental. So whenever we say an instrument, we have two faces of an instrument, that the gayaki and tantrakari, we call it. Gayaki is to be able to follow the vocal elements or to bring in the vocal elements. That the tantrakari is to be able to represent the instrument in its totality. Each instrument has so much versatility. For example, the veena, we have 4 strings, the main strings, and 3 tala strings. So we can simultaneously, I can play 2 strings simultaneously and make it sound like a harmony. So I can say re ma. I can hold 2 notes simultaneously and sound it so beautiful. It can sound like a harmony.
Harmony, yeah.
Similarly, I can use the tala strings in such a way that it itself can create a rhythm. I can bring a rhythmic element through the tana. So tana is such a versatile part of veena. We can strum all the 4 strings together, or we can strum all the 7 strings together, and do the double string effect. The first string and third string together, when I play it creates a different ambience. Similarly, the mridangam is again a complete instrument. He can just keep playing the right side of the mridangam and create so many effects, and only the left. You might have definitely observed how they balance the left and right, give a lot of sound effects on the left and on the right side also.
Very
Instrumental music is actually so complete by itself.
Yeah, listening to your feedback, you both of you are literally one with the sound and one with the with the flow of the vibrations that come out of the instruments. Thank you for this.
Very much so. And something what Nikshith Avare said about, the volume also depending on the sound system of the day. That's why Srilatha Avare, for all us Mridangam players, including me, Nikshith Avare, and everyone, you're a major in digital signal processing. Please invent a digital pickup sound for us so that we can attach it to our Mridangam.
No, in case volume is little more in Mridangam, we can play very little.
Lightly.
We have one sense. Main artist, there's a here Srilatha is main, veena normally. That's the next to the Mridangam is sounded. That's our any left or right.
I could do, but what happens is, creating a circuitry is itself, it's another, completely another subject.
We need justice for us Mridangam players. We also should finally have a digital pickup somehow. Someone will bring it.
Pickup
but the mics are actually very good.
Mics are good, yes. Yeah, they're very
Availability of mics are very, very,
In Mridangam, pickup is not only
the natural sound itself is so good.
Yes.
The mic should typically enhance the original sound that the mridangam has.
Yes, great. And one last thing about this whole topic. So at SPIC MACAY Europe, we have the vision of, trying to bring the art forms to as many in the young generation as possible. So we're also looking forward to hearing you when you come to the Netherlands. Just in a philosophical level or some even at a very technical level, what advice would you give to the young generation to respect the art forms on the stage, to grow together, to have a mutual give and take, have a sense of upachara? What advice would you give to the young generation?
I think there are so many aspirants who are eager to learn music of all genres, not just Carnatic music or Hindustani music. So when it comes to Carnatic music, there is so much in-depth knowledge that we have been blessed with. So it's our responsibility, to first master the knowledge that has been given by our great, saints, be it the Trinities or other so many great Vagyakaras or the artists or several instrumental artists, Vainikas or violinists, great masters. It is our, very serious responsibility that we see what they have done and then try to imbibe uh, great elements that they have given us and then create what best we can do from what we have learned and not just
Music
get
also.
carried away by the media.
Yes,
That's quite
The
essential, especially with social media. I don't know if
exactly.
you have any small comment on that before we move on to a more fun segment, but small comment on social media. Both of you are also senior musicians. You've seen a time when there was no social media, when
Yes.
everybody would wait for that one article on during Margali Utsavam, or that one critique, whether good or bad, and also if you're in a sabha, then word of mouth. So how do you just view the growth of social media nowadays?
Social media also important. No,
it's very
it's
important. So
important.
we need to
But
balance both.
performance is the final criteria, in my opinion.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
what he says. Yeah, even I
Always.
believe in that. Ultimately,
Stage
it is
performance.
what we are able to deliver on stage and get the appreciation of the audience.
Yes. Doing
They are the
concert.
best judges for
yeah,
Yes,
us.
audience. This is the final.
Audience.
They think this is the best. We can call next year also. That's the our
That is our
responsibility.
award that we have achieved.
Yes, yes,
If they say that we want to listen to them again next time,
yes.
so
that's
nothing more
great.
than that.
We perform every place, everywhere, every in the world. That's the final
We just want to take
achievement.
this beautiful art form to as many corners of the world as possible.
It's
Place such that they call you
very,
back.
yes, no, it's very endearing to see the humility on part of such great artists. So thank you for this, and I mean it's been a privilege. And Abhinandan, if you have any last words about the theme, I can move into the rapid round.
Definitely. I think it was very insightful. Just kudos to both of you for having this sort of philosophy. It's very refreshing to see, and good luck to
Thank you
both of
so
you.
much.
This is
It
petals of
in
a
fact,
flower.
you know, brought us a lot of good memories and also newer thoughts about the same aspect. In fact, you
Great.
gave us a lot of ideas
Yes,
on
yes.
how to take it further.
Yes.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. So in the rapid fire round section, we'll restrict this to 5 minutes. I will introduce either some ragas or some moods to you, and please let me know what you associate with that raga. If I give you a raga name, tell me what mood you associate with it. And if I give you a mood, tell me when you are in that mood, what raga comes to your mind when you think. Okay, so ragam. Any Melakarta raga.
Any Melakartaraga. Shankarabharanam.
Okay. What mood comes to your mind in having access to all the 7 notes, the Melakarta?
Freedom of, what do you say, an instant joy.
Okay. A pentatonic raga.
Raga. Mm,
Out of
pentatonic raga, five note raga. So Amritavarshini.
Yes.
Okay.
very nice.
Let me ask you, Megharanjini. This was on from Google, essentially. So Megharanjini,
Oh,
what's the mood that you associate with it?
Megharanjini. If I have to correlate with the name of the raga, it is like clouds, rain. But I personally have this
Yes.
deep, a calmness.
Hmm.
So he is telling waves.
Yes.
So
Waves.
Waves.
Okay.
Very nice. One of our volunteers proposed Vasanta. It's spring in the Netherlands, but anyway.
Yes. It's spring again. Even in the raga, the emotion that it brings out is like a fresh, the blooming of flowers.
Very, very nice.
Vasantamrita.
Very nice. Though it's essentially Megharanjani at the moment in the Netherlands, but Kamas.
Kamas. Shrungara.
Beautiful. Darbari Kannada. I've heard your Darbari Kannada. It blew me away.
Surrender.
Wow.
Okay.
Kalyani.
Kalyani is full of colors. I can't just bring one emotion with Kalyani. It's multiple emotions.
Okay. Raga wise, last one, Revati. This is Abhinand's raga proposal.
You've taken so many of our favorite ragas. Revati is spiritual.
Okay.
Deeply
Very,
spiritual.
very nicely put.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah.
When it comes to moods now, which raga will you go to when you're angry?
Probably Bhairavi sometimes.
Oh my God. I was about to say the same thing. It was the same for me. Bhairavi, oh, brings my BP down completely. I'm so happy that I share that with you. When you're confused of some kind.
The same confusion comes through my fingers.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I'll be able to deliver any raga.
Devotion. When you're full of bhakti, gratitude for something that's happened in your life that you wanted, which raga will you go to?
Shubha Pantwarali. In his thought, probably he would hum a Shubha Pantwarali, in fact.
Okay.
Great. And the last one, on a high note, excitement. When you're very excited about something, which raga will you choose?
Shiva Shakti, yeah? Okay. He says Shiva Shakti. I would take a Sindhu Bhairavi.
Oh my goodness, beautiful.
Both amazing ragas.
Yes.
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 Similarly,
Yes.
Nikshith Avare, we'll play a game for Mridangam as well, very quick. We'll play 5 questions of this or that. You have to choose a preference in the question that I ask you. First question, do you prefer playing a korva in 3 speeds or a nice rhythmic korappu with lot of gumkis? Which would you prefer?
Nice rhythmic pattern gumkis.
With gumkis, very nice. Okay, that actually when we hear it, it's always very nice. Yes. Second, when playing for a dance, having a metronome on stage, yes or no? To have a metronome.
No, actually.
Thank you. I think that's very relatable. Anyone who's played live.
Because dance is emotional.
Yeah.
So metronome is
And mechanical.
mechanical.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And similarly, third question. Do you like the freedom when you are playing for a vocal or a veena versus a strict jati for a dance?
Freedom, no, normally. In jati also, I love freedom.
Okay.
Any genre,
But in vocal, there is much more freedom. We can express a lot more.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Vocal,
yes,
there is a lot
definitely.
more. You can freedom.
Veena also,
Yeah.
instrumental also was much more
But
freedom.
freedom over a strict jati, you would say, in dance.
Freedom.
Yes. Okay. Then, do you like touring abroad or going for the Marshali Utsavam in Chennai?
Margali Usam is the first preference.
First preference.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. That's a very
Easy question. Easy question indeed.
fundamental.
Yes. Then an even easier question. Do you like going to the Marshali Utsavam or are you looking forward to performing for SPIC MACAY on May 31?
Thankfully, it's May 31.
Yes, we
Oh,
because Margaret is from December that.
okay, yes. You can wait till
So,
December for
Yes,
that.
exactly. Exactly. No,
Margari
fantastic.
happens to be Margari Masam.
yes, Margari Masam.
True. Anyway, no, thank you so much for the insightful conversation, the candid conversation, the beautiful expression of how you bring a performance together. So we are very grateful, and we found a way for us and for the audience to get to know you better. And that segues beautifully into what we're looking forward to in the Netherlands on the 31st.
Any parting
Thank
words
you
from
so
both of
much.
you? Are you looking forward to May 31? Any message to our audience, our volunteers who are going to come see you?
We're just as excited as you are
Yes.
to sharing the music with all of the beautiful audience there. And of course, this podcast was equally interesting, and such we also drew a lot of inspirations from the both of you, and
Yes.
such unexpected questions that came
Yes.
by
Yes,
and
correct.
made us actually think. Though it was
Thank you.
spontaneous.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. It was a great pleasure. And with that, we thank you both once again. With Srilatha Aure and with Nikshith Aure. Thank you so much for joining us, giving us your time, and we look forward to having you in the Netherlands.
Namaskar.
Thank you so
Namaskaram.
much. Namaste.